Hello students, I am Pushprata Miss. Welcome to my channel. I hope you all are safe at home. Stay home and stay safe. Today we will discuss about Harappan life. Why the civilization flourished on the banks of the Indus River? Because the climate was warm and moist and the soil was fertile. Also, in those times, the area was heavily forested, which provided men with wood for construction of houses and for fuel. These reasons not only enable men to create a comfortable settlement here, but also encourage them to choose various occupations for the survival. Next, social life. Studies show that there were probably different social groups in the Harappan civilization. At the top were the rulers, who not only ruled the other classes but also took important decisions such as building of monuments, construction of roads, etc. Then there were other groups such as the physician, the artist, and farmers and laborers. The proximity of these cities to the river suggests that farmers probably formed the biggest section of their society, along with the laborers who worked hard to give the Harappan civilization its shape. Next, class division. The different kinds of houses unearthed at Mohenjo-daro and Harappa suggest that the society was also divided in terms of power, prestige, and money. The bigger houses were probably meant for the rich, whereas the smaller two-room cottage were for the poor. Means the rich people should live in the bigger houses and poor people should live in smaller two-room cottages. Okay. Then clothing. Harappan men wore something similar to a dhoti, whereas the women wore skirts and used cotton as well as woolen clothing. Both wore a shawl as the upper garment, which went over the left shoulder and the right arm. Okay. Next, occupation. As discussed, the society was divided into various groups, the largest of them being the farmers and laborers. The farmers grew wheat, rice, barley, dates, field peas, sesame, gram, maize, millets, and mustard. Okay, barley was found during the excavations at Banawali, and rice husks were embedded in the pottery unearthed from Lothal. Toy models of ploughs found at various sites and furrow marks made by a plough found at Kalibangan hint that the farmers used ploughs for agriculture. Okay, next, storage system. The granaries are a proof of their sufficient produces, which gave them an option of storage as well. Nalas around some sites suggest that farmers probably stored water in them to use during the days of low rainfall. Next, animal husbandry. It was another important occupation of the people of the Harappan civilization. Animal husbandry means management of animals by taming them and using them for the things they provide. It was another important occupation of the people of the Harappan civilization. The Harappans domesticated oxen, buffaloes, sheep, and goats for milk, meat, and other uses. Okay. Donkeys and camels were probably used as beast burden, and cats and dogs as pets. Elephant, humped bull, and deer were also known to the Harappans. Okay. Other occupations. People were involved in many other occupations. There were physicians who helped the others when they were ill, traders who traded with civilization as far off as Sumer, artisans who made beautiful potteries, scribes who wrote on seals, jewelers who made beautiful jewelry pieces, and many more. Okay, students, these are the occupations. Next, craft. Pottery would also have been a full-time occupation of a segment of the society. Since lot of it has been excavated, potters used fine clay for their creations and then glazed and decorated them. Red pottery with geometrical or floral designs has been dug out from various sites. Toy making was another important part of the craftsmanship of the Harappan people. Top models of carts and animals, dolls, marbles, and vestals have been unearthed from various sites. The discovery of dice from some sites suggests that Harappans played a game similar to chess. Next is metal crafts. In addition to these, they did metal works and made tools and implements such as knives, spears, axes, etc. from copper and bronze. Next, the finding of so many ornaments suggests that the Harappans had the knowledge of gold, silver, and shell. They used these metals to make beads, pendants, bangles, armlets, and other ornaments. Next is use of precious stones. Stones such as carnelian, steatite, agate, chalcedony, jasper, etc. were used in bead making shops. Considered to be those of bead makers have been found at Chanudaro and Lothal. Spindles have also been found. Spindles means a kind of pin used in a spinning wheel to twist and weave the threads together. Okay, indicating that Harappans were weavers and cloth makers also who used to spin their own yarn. Next, terracotta and stone figuring. In addition to the exquisite jewelry, artisans also made terracotta and stone figurines. The most popular of them being the dancing girl figurine and the statue of the priest king, and engraved on their seals. More than 2000 seals with engraving of bulls, rhinoceros, tigers, etc. have been unearthed from various sites. These seals were made of steatite or a white stone. In addition to the engraving, the seals also have pictographic inscriptions. Pictographic means a symbolic representation of a word. Okay. Next, sealing. The Harappans used to stamp wet clay through their seals, which was further used to pack goods for trade purposes. This seal impression on anything is called sealing. Okay. Next, trade. The discovery of Harappan seals in Mesopotamia and Mesopotamian seals in Harappa confirms that there were trade relations between the two contemporary civilizations. Since currency was introduced in India only around 600 BCE, it is assumed that the Harappans followed the barter system, where seals had a authenticating value. Harappans also got raw material from other countries and far-off Indian states. For example, lapis lazuli from Afghanistan, precious and semi-precious stones from Iran and Gujarat, copper from Oman and Rajasthan, tin from Afghanistan and Iran, and gold from Karnataka. Other important commodities which were traded inside and outside the country were cotton, grain, artifacts, and even cattle also. They also used a variety of weights and measures, some of which have been excavated. Next, shipping. The Harappans had knowledge of ships. Since remains of a dockyard have been found at Lothal, this further strengthens the theory that Harappans were involved in trade with other civilization. Okay students, you read all these topics today, then you can easily understand. Thank you.